Hello, I'm Inokenti, and welcome to Ziggurat 2. Look, it says so here. Welcome to Ziggurat 2. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this game. It's quite fun. It's a procedurally generated FPS dungeon crawler. Sure, we'll go with that. And I'll launch right into it. If you played Ziggurat 1, it's similar but a bit different. There's a bit of meta progression that's been added. So now you get to sort of select missions and unlock things, which is quite fun. But you still get randomly generated dungeons where you have to clear lots of enemies using all kinds of magic weapons. So let's go a decent sized quest. So you can see there's a bunch of side quests. I've not unlocked the next part of the main quest. I need to unlock map fragments, which is one of the rewards, I think. And yeah, so you get length and threat. Well, I mean, I don't want to fail. Let's go for a short one just to show things off. So first of all, you've got a bunch of characters who have a bunch of different active abilities, and you can unlock further passive effects and special effects. You always go in with some sort of wand. Spirit Branch is one of the basic ones, so we'll go with that. And then you also get a weapon which uses some of your mana. I am going to go with just a Frostbow, and then Mana Stone is an activatable ability, an amulet, as they have, so this just recovers some of your mana, which is quite handy. And yeah, let's go in with that. So yeah, there are currently two themes, I suppose, that I've seen. There's this sort of Egyptian temple sort of thing going on, and the other one is a more traditional castle. But yeah, it actually looks really quite pretty. I like it. It's doing fairly basic things with lighting and so on, but it's nifty. Okay, so yeah, you just got to sort of start going through and clearing rooms, and most of them are just sort of defeat all enemies, and off we go. Where are they all spawning? Here we go. So enemies drop little experience orbs and mana. You can see my mana on the right. The different mana types that I have. The wand uses its own rechargeable mana. It's less powerful, but yeah, recharging ammo. And there we go, we've cleared. That was quite a simple room, so let's carry on. Nothing more in there. Oh, and here we have the boss key. So you need to collect the boss key to be able to access the boss and progress through the dungeon to the next level. So nice that we've picked that up fairly quickly, although usually I've been clearing all of the rooms anyway, so it's sort of doesn't really matter much. Okay, more clear of enemies. Okay, still these goblin dudes, but now we've got poison zombies, so their projectiles will actually poison me, and also they explode when they die. Angry carrot. I don't like angry carrots, although this variety is not too bad. It's just a cursed carrot. Okay, I've got a special ability which lets me push things away. You can see that's gone down on a cooldown below. Okay, we've got some mana, so let's use my Frostbow to freeze people and clear them out. The handy alternate fire on this thing. You see, it also helpfully highlights enemies, like when you're down to a few and you don't know where they are, you get a You know, you don't have to search around too hard for, like, oh, where is this one remaining enemy? So that's quite cool. We've also got a level up, so that's really nice. Let's choose a perk. So here we go. So yeah, one additional perk choice upon leveling up. That means we get 3 choices next time we level up, which is nice. And a small boost to experience, always quite good. This one, protective shield that generates after a while without taking damage. And 1 mana plus 6. So you get sort of 2 things with each one, which are randomly combined. This is actually quite handy because it kind of stops you taking a little bit of incidental damage. But I'm going to take the extra experience. We'll level up a little bit quicker. Whoops. Okay, yeah. So my current weapons with the bow, it's got the normal arrow projectile, which is ice, and then you've got like a little bomb. Thing, which makes it fairly versatile. I really like the crossbow. I've leveled up, but you have 4 categories of weapons. So you've got the ones which have got the rechargeable mana, and that's got sort of 2 different fire modes. Then you have spells, which are the blue mana. I don't have any of those at the moment. Then you have a staff, which is the green mana, and then you have the alchemy weapons, which is yellow. Or yellow-red. The actual mana crystals that you see to pick up are red. Okay, so we see here on the map that the boss room is over there. We can go and end it all, but we won't because I've got more rooms to check out and more upgrading. So yeah, I can unlock that. Let's go through here. Oh, yeah. You get these little tar pits, which seem to be in just traversal areas, so I don't really know what they're pointers at the moment. I haven't encountered them in actual combat rooms. Okay. Here we just have a free chest. Just a chest lying around. Isn't that nice? And we got a random perk. So Staff Hunter. A larger staff mana pool. Quite handy when we eventually get the staff. So yeah, you get a character sheet. So you can see your health and mana and the perks that you've unlocked, which is quite handy. This is good. I feel that, you know, this is helpful to have stuff, but for example, I don't know what the actual numbers of damage or enemy health are. So I've unlocked some upgrades on this. So the Frostbow used to do 100% damage, now it does 120% damage, but I don't know what that's 120% of. And sometimes the perks like choose a random weapon which they boost, but it doesn't actually tell you which weapon they've boosted, or not that I've found out. So stats, very helpful, could be a little bit better. No full damage in this as well, which is nice. I like it when there's no full damage. Okay. Flying guys, fine. Carrots, not so fine. So that shock attack that the flying guys do is kind of annoying because it will stun you, which means you go slower and it can be frustrating. Low on mana with this, but this is the best way to kill these dudes. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So you kind of have to run around and gather these things a little bit. One of the other mages, their ability on R, their special ability is to just hoover everything up in the room, which is great, but I also feel that's kind of a weird ability, because these little things that drop disappear eventually, so if it's a really big room and you've killed some enemies and you need to go back and collect them, it can get a bit rubbish. Well, that was a fairly short dungeon level, so there's actually no more rooms. We can just go through to the boss. Given we don't have a lot of mana, that might actually be quite hard to fight them, so I'm going to consume one of my mana crystals. Just giving me a little bit of mana. Not much. And he's a frost dude, so this is actually going to be quite hard. My bow is going to do slightly less damage to him, so I kind of have to use my cool wand. And also ads are going to spawn in as well. That's great. They can drop mana crystals though, like that, which is nice. But I kind of don't need mana, because I don't have the weapon. I can still do enough damage. Ow. So now that we've got him down to half health, he gets a shield, which can only be eliminated once I've killed the monsters powering him. Low on mana again. Pick up some health. Lose it again. Fortunately, he stays at a distance, which is kind of good for me. If he gets close, I can... okay, these guys I don't feel so good about. I don't need to kill them, so I could just ignore them. Except I'm slowed. Whew, okay. And he's dead. That was fairly close. We didn't really have optimal weapon setup for that, which is a shame. But we can proceed to the next level of the dungeon. But first we choose a perk. So we had that perk which gives us 3 choices, which is nice. Larger staff mana pool, well we don't have a staff. So this is nice, we earn a new staff, so we get that weapon. You can pick them up from chests, but this might actually not be too bad. Or every mana crystal you pick up will grant some barrier. That's typically handy, but we're going to go with this and pick up a staff. Okay, this is a frost staff, so this does a frost attack and a sort of frost shotgun. No, sorry, this is the lightning staff. I don't think I've had this before. Divine Wrath. Yeah, no, this is lightning. Cool. Yeah, this can do stuns and a piercing ball. So, okay, cool. That's the first floor cleared. At the start of each floor subsequent to one, you get a chest. And we got a book, which is a spell. Excellent. This is Lich Breath. So this is a curse weapon. What does curse do? Bad things to enemies. But yeah, this is kind of alright. I've not found it to be super useful. But it's good that we can now use all of our mana pools. So yes, as you can see, we have the purple mana wand, which is rechargeable, the blue mana spell, and you get a book, spell book, which does these sort of curse orbs, or an explosive curse orb, a staff, which does green mana, and we've got some buffs to that, and the alchemy weapon, which is our favourite crossbow. Alright, so let's try some of these out. Oh, well, flame dudes. We're going to do extra damage to them with our ice. Whoa. They're angry. Should probably dodge that. Okay, those are frost dudes. We don't have any fire attacks, but... Curse doesn't seem to be doing much to them. Staff's pretty good. Nice. Ow. A bit of health damage there. Not feeling so good. Oh, well, we did get a perk though by collecting those. So you get some XP for killing monsters straight up, but you also get extra XP for collecting the orbs, which can also disappear eventually. So yeah, not sure about that balance. Let's pick ourselves a perk though. We don't need to earn a new spell. Well, we'd get a different spell book which would have more damage. That can be alright. Increase item pickup range, yeah. Alchemy mana regenerates slowly at the beginning of a combat. Ha, that's pretty handy. So if we don't have any alchemy mana, we'll get a little bit of regen at the start of room. I quite like that. And we get some wand mana. Yeah, let's get that. Alright, you get also some traps in places. And jump pads. Pinata. Okay, so this means that enemies will do more drops. Okay, those are lightning dudes. What we've got going on here? Nice. Health, mana, XP, money. This is all good. Great stuff. So yeah, you see there, chasing around things. We're full on blue mana. That's good. Cool. Covered a little bit from that. And this is a mana fountain. Cool. We're not going to drink from that because it's one use. So we've got a locked door there. We need a key for that, and we've got the boss door at the end, which we also need a key for. So let's carry on. Enemies spawn in pairs. Great. That doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot for us. As always, crossbow, very reliable. Spawn in pairs, die in pairs. That's what I say. Is he healing? Is that even allowed? Ah, we've got the master key, so that's the blue key. So we may as well go and investigate that. Generally, I've found that you get a shop behind these blue doors so far. I don't know if that's always the case, but let's have a look. Oh, it's a chest. Nice. Well, we get a perk here. So, haste. Movement speed increased. That's really handy. Light movement speed. Makes us go zoomy. Whee! What have we got here? Oh, these guys again. Oh, that's a frost zombie. Interesting. And whatever you are, buddy. Okay. That was relatively straightforward. Can we miss anything? Not much. Okay, let's have a look at the map. What else do we have? Just this area. Oh, and we unlocked a perk. Okay, so you can have multiple levels of perks, so even greater movement speed, along with a bit of health. Nice. Friendly fire immunity, so your own damage does friendly fire. And greater resistance to elemental damage. That's actually pretty good. I don't know how much greater resistance is. And here we go. Amnesia, decrease your mana pools and get 2 more perks. Which, given we also get some alchemy mana, that might not actually be the worst. So the pool that we want the most of will kind of get compensation for. Again, it doesn't really say how much you decrease it by. I think it's some proportional bit, but it would be nice to have the numbers. We are taking a bit of damage and a bit of elemental damage. That might be handy. Health would also kind of help us to... Haste would help us avoid damage. I'm going to take rough skin. Okay, it's just a transitional area. I mean, like, these rooms are, like, really nice. It seems weird that you have... I mean, not weird, you need connecting areas, but... yeah, just admire the architecture, I guess. Destroy the obelisks. Okay. I've never had this one before. But these are the angry peppers. They're on fire. I hate them. Right. I'm guessing enemies will continue to spawn. Oh, understood. And now I've got to clear the remainder of the enemies. Okay, there's some over there. Alright, nice. It's a pretty tough room. First one of those I've had. Cool. So it slightly increases the size of all your mana pools. We're not doing too badly at the moment, actually. Conduit. Every mana crystal you pick up will grant some barrier. That's really handy. And we also get some alchemy mana. Let me pick that. Ah, and this is where the boss key is. Somewhere. Aha. Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Missed that trap. Handy. Okay. How are we doing on the mana? I mean, we may as well drink this. I'm not going to be back here, so... Start the boss on all mana. Okay. Master Blacksmith, I think that's fire enchanted. So that's great for our bow. He does like getting close. And he does like his fire zombies. Ow. Alright. Well, we're getting low on mana. I'm going to pop a mana crystal. So we can get these guys efficiently. It's going to do much to him. Doesn't seem to be. Ah, there we go. That's juicing him nicely. Boom. Okay, we collected everything. Nice. Next perk. Fewer enemies spawned on fights, but we get less XP for that, so maybe not. Earn a new staff. Different staff could be alright. Spell mana. I'm going to take this because it's got more alchemy mana. We're liking that. So there we go, that's the 2 floors completed. So that's a short adventure, so you just get a couple of floors. So yeah, about 18-minute run for those short ones. And yeah, so our reward for having completed the mission is an unlock, so we get a new wand. And a new perk that goes into the pool of perks that we can unlock during our adventure. And our character has leveled up, as has the staff, and we've got money. So yeah, pretty good. So the new wand is just quick shots and an explosive sphere. That's quite cool. And enraged is increases damage dealt. That's a pretty good perk to have. So yeah, the metagame then, the meta progression outside of choosing the adventures, is here in the laboratory. So you've got heroes that you can upgrade. As you use them, they gain levels, and then you can spend money to unlock their progression. So we've unlocked a few on here, so her next one will actually cost 20. It's quite expensive. It starts off at like 10, I think then 15 or something like that for the characters. Argo, so he's the guy who instantly attracts all items in range dropped by enemies, so you just hoover everything up. Seems alright. And then this is the first character that I unlocked on the first story mission. And yeah, she hides. So she has a smaller health pool, but her ability lets her basically go into stealth. Which is pretty cool, and I imagine the passive and special effects might do cool things. And then you got weapons. As you can see, I actually have quite a few weapons unlocked and a few ready for upgrade. When you choose a mission to go on, you actually get basically just a few choices. So this is, I think, to encourage you to level up and get comfortable with using a lot of different weapons. So as you can see, the bow is not actually available for me to go on this quest. I can pick the blunderbuss in the alchemy weapon category, but I can't pick the bow. And as you can see, I can't pick all of the characters. I just get a choice between 2. So again, this is like, okay, what can you do with, you know, some of this combination of loadout? Which I think it's an interesting way of doing it. I quite like it so far. And yeah, we've only got 2 amulets at the moment: a mana stone, which is what we've been using, and the falcon wings, which gives you speed and chance to ignore damage. So I suppose if it gets more bullet helly, that might actually be a good choice. Yeah, the Divine Wrath, this has actually been really quite nice. So I'm going to upgrade this because the lightning staff seems to work quite well. The stun on the piercing ball can be handy if you can line up the shots. So yeah, 10% damage. Alright, so that was a quick dip into Ziggurat. Hope you enjoyed that. If you liked Ziggurat 1, this is probably a thing worth checking out. But if you have a hankering for a progression roguelike dungeon crawler FPS, then this game in early access may be worth picking up. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.